What's up, everybody? And it's your boy, Lit Flair, back behind the helm and ready for another week of Monday Night Mayhem action. And I'm still trying to process the actions of Rogue Elite, the actions of Mason Brooks, and the actions of Crazy last week. They completely eviscerated the main event scene here in Pro Wrestling Alliance. King Tony, eviscerated. Jordan Jacobs, eviscerated. Austin Zero, decimated. These three men have unleashed hell unlike anything we have ever seen. And folks, I promise you, this main event is going to be a culmination of feelings, emotions, and hatreds all together. So let's get to it and let's talk about it. Austin Zero, Jordan Jacobs, and King Tony will take on Rogue Elite at the request of the World Heavyweight Champion. Can Rogue Elite manage to capitalize on the dysfunction that's going on in the camp of Zero, Jacobs, and Tony? We cannot see these three guys fall apart, because if they fall apart, it's sure victory for Rogue Elite. But enough about the main event. Let's get to one of the hottest stars in all of the Alliance, and that is Swindle Soprano, who is going to be out here tonight with a live mic to address his last two title matches and the upcoming Royal Rumble, because we all know the Gabagoo Gangster is going to have his eyes on the Royal Rumble match, his eyes on the World Heavyweight Champion, and his eyes on total supremacy. So I know you guys are waiting for it, I'm waiting for it, and I cannot wait for what Swindle Soprano is going to say here tonight in front of the pure faithful. But that's not the only thing we have tonight. Tonight, we have Steve Page taking on Denzel Dixon in an action-packed one-on-one with two guys looking to step up and find momentum on their road to the Royal Rumble. It doesn't matter what happens from here to the Rumble, because as long as you get enough momentum behind you, you have a performance of a lifetime inside of that Rumble match. That is all that matters. So these two men are looking to warm themselves up for the opportunity of a lifetime in a few weeks. Now, if we're going to talk about opportunities of a lifetime, we have to speak about the one that was offered to Huey O'Grady, in which he seems to have faith. Huey O'Grady has turned his back on Pure Wrestling Alliance and the faithful as a whole. And tonight he has to address the Alliance and the faithful about the actions that he took last week on Mayhem. There's a lot going on in this place, and so much so that if you don't pay attention, you might lose it. But Huey O'Grady has promised to come out to the ring and speak to the entire world about the actions and why he did what he did. But without that, we have to get to the opening contest, and that is Gregory Myers taking on Amir. Both of these men 1-0, ready to rock, but somebody's O has got to go. And I talked about building momentum into the Royal Rumble. These two men are doing it all tonight to build all that momentum and all that going forward to project themselves into the main event at Slamfest, into the Royal Rumble win. Everything you need starts tonight. The road to Slamfest starts tonight. Let's get it started.
Look, I'm gonna just cut to the chase right now, okay? Our shit was interrupted. They decided to come out and fucking make a statement. We can't let that shit slide. You and I have to set aside our differences right now. We got bigger fish to fry. We gotta prove Rogue Elite is not on top. We have to prove that Rogue Elite isn't elite. We can do this. You and I have to be on the same page, so we can prove that Rogue Elite does not run the show around here. They don't even go here every week. We are here every week. If I'm not here, you're here. If you're not here, I'm here. We have to prove to them that we are the pillars of this place. We built this place. We can't just let this shit slide, bro. So I need to know, do you got my back when it comes to the main event? Because we got to show them that they can't just show up when they want to and wreak havoc and let that shit go unconsequented. That's not even a fucking word, but that doesn't matter. Do you got my back?
You said watch your back. Let's get this straight, Austin Zero. I'm not here to watch your back. I'm not here to be your tag team partner. I'm not here to be your teammate, best friend, neighbor, dog watcher, childhood friend, whatever you want to call it. If you and King Tony would like to do that, you have more than all of my power to do it. I don't care what you guys decide to do. But what I'm not going to do is sit here and pretend like I care about either one of you guys. I'm in this for one reason and one reason only. And that is the World Heavyweight Championship. And so happened, my former mentor, Mason Brooks, happened to be the guy who's carrying it. Now, is there any hard feelings towards Mason? No. See, last week, I get why Mason Brooks did what he did. He's Mason freaking Brooks. He does that. He milks you in, he drains you, he uses you, then he tosses you to the side. I mean, sooner or later, Rogue Elite will realize that, but that's another story for another day. But watch your back. That's not happening. I come first, because I'm damn sure not coming last.
Now, I'm no head coach, but I don't think it takes a genius to see that there is a lot of dissension on the side of Austin Zero and Jordan Jacobs, and rightfully so, because just a few days ago, Harley Sigma has made it official at the Royal Rumble. It will be Jordan Jacobs, Austin Zero, challenging Mason Brooks for the World Heavyweight Championship. And folks, honestly, you can't blame these gentlemen. If they are going into a match for the World Heavyweight Championship, in what reality do you think that these men are supposed to trust each other? And I think Austin Zero is being a little naive in trying to go into this match, not only just trying to trust Jordan Jacobs, but trusting Jordan Jacobs knowing the relationship he has with Mason Brooks. That seems like a lose-lose scenario, and I'm telling you, Austin Zero might be bottoming out. So if I was Austin Zero, I'd try to have my tag team partners back, but more than anything, try to have my own back. But someone that has been chasing down somebody else, chasing the back of somebody else, and that has been Gregory Myers. Gregory Myers has been on a roll and immediately has made his presence felt. But not only a big win over Denzel Dixon, but immediately calling his shot and targeting the new member of Rogue Elite in Julio Grady. Now, I don't think that Gregory Myers knew what was coming. None of us knew it. But now, it's safe to say that Gregory Myers has found himself dead in the crosshairs of the most dangerous group in all of professional wrestling, and that is Rogue Elite. So Gregory Myers might have to just wrestle this match with one eye behind his back, or one eye open, as they would say. Excuse me. But that man out there is in a world of danger, but he cannot focus on the outside problems. He needs to stay focused on what's going on inside of that ring. Inside of that ring is Amir, a man who is also 1-0, a man who is also undefeated, who is looking to keep his hot streak going. These two men are on a collision course. This is what we talk about, the young talent inside of Pure Wrestling Alliance. The talent that we have here is second to none, and absolutely will shape the landscape of Pure Wrestling Alliance going forward into the future, infinity, beyond, whatever you want to call it. But let's ring the bell and get this match started, ladies and gentlemen. And both men are sizing each other up, want to feel each other out, and that's the important thing. But Amir coming out strong, and both of these men are trading blows, but Gregory Myers already getting the advantage. That was the thing that we saw him against Denzel Dixon. The thing that we pointed out, the thing that we emphasized when we saw Gregory Myers in that match with Denzel Dixon was his striking. His striking was so precise. It was punches, it was kicks, it was knees. It was MMA-like, you can say. And that man out there was going in there. He was putting a beating on Denzel Dixon. And now tonight, he's in there with a different opponent, a younger opponent, perhaps even a hungrier one. And both of these men are really going to have to dig deep and pull out the extra mile to go out there and get a win. But you also have to keep in mind, the Royal Rumble is just 3 weeks away, ladies and gentlemen. And if these men sustain an injury, a major injury, it might cost them all of their chances of achieving their dreams, and that is main eventing Slamfest for the World Heavyweight Championship. Those men are fighting for that opportunity. So in a way, there has to be some sense of, how do I say, like, awareness, where you need to learn how to live for another day. And sometimes in Pure Wrestling Alliance, you don't see the men go out there and walk in there with that mindset. They leave it all on the line, and it doesn't matter if they could walk the next day. It doesn't matter if they could even get out of bed. All that matters is the wins and the losses in this place. These men are fighting for legacy. They're fighting for glory. And Gregory Myers has Amir in a world of danger and lands a spinning fisherman neck breaker. And that's the offense I talked about. Innovative, different, unique. Bring something that has never been seen in the Alliance. And this is what he's bringing. Hard-hitting, innovative offense. Something that you're only going to see on Monday Night Mayhem from Gregory Myers. And what a backhand from Myers. Absolutely flooring him. But Amir unfazed and going right back. And I've seen this before. Uranage from Amir. And we have a cover. Can we get him down? 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out at 2.5 from Gregory Myers. And Amir, that's what I'm talking about. He landed the first big move. Now he is on an upward trajectory to win this match. I'm sorry, I don't care what anyone says. The first one to hit a finisher is usually the one to win a match. So if Amir can keep the pressure on and find a way to continuously hit those finishers and land those big moves onto Gregory Myers, just like that super kick, we could be looking at your winner of this match, and that's Amir. But Gregory Myers is aware of what's going on. He's getting out and he's regrouping. That is the thing you need to do. When you're in a world of trouble, you need to regroup. But both men coming out the gate, and Amir is giving him no room at all to breathe. The moment he got into the ring, he got right on him. And that is what I'm talking about. Aggressiveness. Stay on your opponent like white on rice, like a shark that smells blood, because that is what's going to lead you to the victory. And Myers landing a huge Uranage of his own, almost mocking Amir and telling him, anything you can do, I can do better. As Amir Irish whips Myers off the rope and catapults him up and lands a huge Superman punch, and he's going for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I thought that was it, folks. I thought that was it, because the strength it takes to catapult your opponent. That is a grown-ass man, ladies and gentlemen, that was catapulted into the air and punched directly in the jaw. A normal person is not getting up from that. But these are not normal people. These are pure athletes bringing the best pure talent you can find in all of professional wrestling to the ring. And Amir getting worked, getting stomped on by Myers. And now he has to find a way to weather that storm again. If he can't weather that storm, he's going to be in a world of trouble. And we've seen a huge, but both men going counter for counter, blow for blow. It's hard to keep up with all this action. And here's my thing. I mentioned one thing that was very important, and that was Chewy O'Grady and Rogali earlier. You know they're watching this match, and at any turn, Chewy O'Grady is going to address the threats that were directed directly at him from Gregory Myers. And you know, you have to walk with a different swagger in your step when you know two of the most dominant men are on your side. And there he goes, powerbomb lung blower, 2. And a kick out at 2 from Amir. And now you're going to see the playing field level out. Both of these men, both hit big moves. Both hit moves that are changing the trajectory of this match. And Gregory Myers is starting to rally. That's what I said earlier. If you can rally, you can win this match. You can come back, but you're going to have to hit big moves, and that's what he's going for. And he is absolutely throwing Amir from pillar to post with power bombs and knee strikes, unlike something I have never seen in the Alliance. But here we go, a DDT from Amir, completely stopping the momentum, but Gregory trying to steal it. Oh, and a kick out, not even at one. Amir is ready, but he seems hurt. Oh, and a clothesline from hell from Gregory Myers, and we've seen that pack up Denzel Dixon. Ooh, and almost a 3 count. And Gregory Myers is the shark that smells the blood. What I mentioned earlier, you have to have the instinct, the Mamba mentality of sorts, to go out there and see when your opponent, feel when your opponent is instinctively in danger, and he's signaling for it because he sees it. He goes and was trying to kick his jaw right off his face, but he got him up. Power bomb, lung blower, and that's what I'm talking about. 1, 2, 3. Oh, damn. What a kick out. What resiliency. I was absolutely convinced that was 3. That was one of the closest kickouts I have seen so far in the new year in Pure Wrestling Alliance. But Amir's up. He's feeling it. But every time he just gets a little bit of momentum going, some way, somehow, Gregory Myers finds to halt it, finds a way to stop it, and that is going to go a long way in the keys to victory for Myers. Halt your opponent, stop your opponent, and ensure that nothing your opponent does can affect the long-term longevity of you winning this match. Amir is on fire, showing the strength with a deadlift German suplex, and Gregory Myers is not a small man, and you're seeing firsthand why Amir is so deceptively strong. Butterfly suplex from Gregory Myers, and you see he looked into the crowd and he's signaling for it one more time. Last time he did it, he did hit a powerbomb lung blower, his finishing maneuver. Oh, he has him up again, another butterfly suplex from Myers. He's getting him going, he's wearing down the lower back. You see he's targeting the lower back area because he knows once the knees of the lung blower connect to the lower back area one more time, Amir is not getting up. You're only one man and you're only one person, and you can only take for so much, folks. But these men are now playing chess. They're sizing each other up, trying to make sure that they don't make the first mistake, because the first mistake could definitely turn out to be the last one. And now Amir is in control. This is what I was saying. The first mistake could be the last one. And both of these men trading. Got him with a huge face buster. Going for the cover. 1, 2, 3. What a win for Gregory Myers. And that's what I was telling you, folks. The next mistake was going to be the last. And Gregory Myers capitalized and captured a big win. You know Huey and Rosalie are watching, but you know Gregory Myers has to be jacked up going into the Rumble. Can't wait. Whoa, now calm down. Now before anything, I come in peace. In fact, for your own peace of mind, Rogue Elite's not even here. They don't even know I'm even around. Now, Huey, I like you. I like you for every reason that these men actually hate you. Your tenacity, your confidence. What did you describe it as? Bravado, right? But see, that very same bravado has been making more foes than friends. Am I right?
Let me just stop you right there, MB. I ain't the one you looking for. I can't sell my soul.
You can't sell your soul. Look at you, Huey. Look where this attitude has gotten you, Huey. Jordan Biggs is waiting, and at any turn, he's going to put a bullet in the back of your head, and you're never going to see it coming because you're too busy not trying to sell your soul, right? Think about it. Gregory Myers hasn't even let the ink dry on his contract, yet he has prime real estate in the head of the notorious Huey O'Grady. And Swindle Soprano, forget about it. He's made you the absolute laughingstock of this entire company. And little by little, you are becoming what every barbershop across America refers to as a bust. Understand, Huey, the saddest thing in life is wasted talent. And if you don't take my hand, I can't promise that won't happen. So hear me and hear me good, Huey. This is your opportunity to take my hand and leave everything you know behind in exchange for the world and everything in it, Huey. All your enemies will fall at your feet. The gold you can't seem to touch, you can't seem to get in your reach, will be more than you have ever experienced. They will overflow in a way you have never known before, Huey. I can make your wildest dreams come true, Huey. But I am no deceiver, for I am the devil, and you are aware that to receive everything you ever wanted, you need to give me everything you've ever had. So think about it real good. And I'm going to invite you to a little reflection night up in my house with all of Rogue Elite. And if you walk into those doors, you formally accept my offer. All right? Think about it. Hero. Gentlemen, welcome. Thank you for arriving on time and when I needed you. Welcome to the very first Rogue Reflection. We're going to review the year that we had, the year that is to come, and everything in between. Both of you men have laid the groundwork for a future that is unparalleled, unlike anyone in this company and unlike anyone that will ever walk through these doors. And the impact that we have had in the last year and a half inside of this place has been the reason we have gone from where we were to heights that we never thought we would be before. We, gentlemen, are the needle movers. The boys don't want to believe it, the boys can deny it, but the facts are the facts. And the facts are crazy. You have been the most dominant champion since the Rogue General himself. And that makes me very, very proud. Then there's the wavy one, Damian Walker, the elite lieutenant. I can't even begin to talk about the year you've had. Pure tag team champion. Debut of the year in APW. Undeniably pure rookie of the year. And yet, here you stand in front of me, your Rogue General, with no gold from any company. I don't like that. Damian, I need you to comprehend that when you walk with the Rogue General, it's like the good book says, by your fruits you will be known, and in this case, it is by your gold you will be known. And I need you with gold on your waist, on your wrist, and around your neck. And the fact that you don't have that, and the fact that you have been walking around this place like that bothers me. It's a misrepresentation of my image, and that is unacceptable, and that is completely my fault. And I apologize. And Damian, to make that up to you, I have brought you a gift that will make all the wrongs you've committed right and bring that final piece that we're all missing. That piece that completes you back home. Now, I want to be very honest with you. Crazy, what I'm about to do is about to take you completely off guard. And you might not like it, but I need you to understand that what I do isn't for you to like. It isn't for Damian to like. It's not for these people to like. It's for the betterment of this group. It's the betterment of our vision, of our motive, why we do what we do. Big business, all right? So, what I'm about to do, you may not like, but I want you to understand that in the long run, you will understand. So, without the drum roll, allow me to introduce to you the gift of the rogue villain, Huey O'Grady.
Well. I see some shocked faces here at this table. Crazy? Wavy? I'm sure this is the last thing you expected here at your little soiree. But I come in peace. And I'm here to very humbly accept the offer given to me by Mason Brooks. Now, Mace, you said something in the locker room before you walked out that stuck with me. You called me a hero. But I don't feel like a hero. I try to save these fans from falling into the trap that most of the talent here is feeding them, and it's all bullshit. And it's been costing me my peace of mind. You see, I lack focus, and now I'm lacking wins. So I've become everything that I hate. So I had to ask myself, do I want to die a hero or live long enough to see myself become a villain? Let me tell you and everybody else listening that I am going to live forever. Because I am not a villain. I am the villain.
Huey, you are a villain in the eyes of the elite no longer. You are now a brother amongst us. So, gentlemen, you've heard the noise. The champagne has popped. Sit down, relax, reflect, laugh, cry, make up. Because this year is all about new beginnings and brotherhood. And that is something that those three men know nothing about. Look at me, crazy. I am my brother's keeper. You are my keeper. So, gentlemen, let's celebrate and reflect on the year that was and the year that is coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, what we just saw still is something I cannot wrap my mind around. But as I try to do that, I'm going to watch this action-packed match here tonight. Both of these men are looking to build momentum into the Royal Rumble. Both of these men are looking to impress pure management. It is not about the wins and losses right about now in Rumble season. It is about performances. It is about who brings what to the table, who shows endurance, who shows heart, who shows passion. And both of these men are coming out here to prove that. But there's something very, very different about Stephen Page. Stephen Page is easily the biggest asshole I have ever had the displeasure of being in the same building with. And I share the building with a lot of questionable human beings, ladies and gentlemen. But Stephen Page is, again, the biggest piece of garbage I have ever met. But he is talented as all hell, and he knows it, and he is not afraid to remind you over and over and over again, even if you couldn't care any less. So tonight, it is safe to say that my money is on Denzel Dixon, because it does not matter if Denzel Dixon wins or loses tonight, because as long as Denzel Dixon punches this smug asshole right in the mouth, it is good enough for me, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, let's please cut this dude's music, because he is never going to stop talking and never probably going to stop acting a fool in the ring. And let's get to the action, as Denzel Dixon is now making his way to the ring. And Denzel Dixon, again, looking to find momentum, looking to find a way into this upper echelon of Rumble winners. And that is something that could absolutely change your career. If you go far in a Rumble, it can unlock confidence that you didn't know you had inside of yourself. And that is something that is so desperately needed from this competitor right now. And I know this is the match that is going to give him all that confidence to go in there to face 19 other men and win the Royal Rumble. And as you can see, Stephen Page on the ropes, not really giving a flying hell what's going on. And the referee is going to ring the bell, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Denzel Dixon watching his opponent, knowing his opponent, studying him, coming out the gate, blocking the wheelbarrow. And there he goes, already on the offense. And this is what we want to see. We want to see Steve Page. Oh, and Steve Page counters with a huge belly-to-belly suplex, dropping Denzel, and he's bouncing off. Enziguri right to the back of the head. And both of these men are already coming out the gate swinging. They're coming out hot. It's a lot different from other matches. Other matches, men are coming out here trying to protect themselves for the most part. But these men, as you can tell, are coming out here laying all on the line for each and every single one of you watching at home tonight. This right here is straight, pure action, pure wrestling, and pure talent. Only thing you're going to get here is quality content. And Denzel Dixon coming out the gate with a huge suicide dive to the back of the skull of Stephen Page. And Stephen Page has to be rocked, has to be in a world of trouble, ladies and gentlemen. And both of these men are going out here crazy, and they're ripping it apart. Oh, but Denzel Dixon throws him right back into the ring. That's what you want to see. Keep the match in the ring. I talked about preserving your body for the Royal Rumble, taking as least amount of damage that you could possibly take going in. But what a huge, innovative move from Stephen Page, and a huge buckshot lariat from Stephen Page, and he is ready to go. He's hot. He's feeling it. He hits it. Page Turner going for it. Cover. 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out at 2 from Denzel Dixon, and that was a close one. And Denzel Dixon not going to get caught with it again. I think he was going for it one more time. And if that would have landed, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you that would have been a really, really big problem, folks. And speaking of problems, you know King Tony is walking around this locker room like a roaring lion after the actions of Rogue Elite last night. And folks, this main event tonight is going to be one for the ages. We are going to see Mason Brooks and King Tony inside of a ring one-on-one for the first time in nearly 3 years, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you're right, for the first time since 2019, King Tony and Mason Brooks will be inside of the same ring, and that is a main event that can main event any building across the country, world, globe, you name it. Those two men are peak. They are Pure Wrestling Alliance. But then you add the global champion, and then you add the tag team champion. This match right here is star-studded. So ladies and gentlemen, don't forget tonight, stick around for the action-packed 6-man tag team match between Rogue Elite and Austin Zero, Jordan Jacobs, and King Tony, because it is going to be one of the most exciting main events in Mayhem history. But Denzel Dixon is back on the outside and working on the kneecap and lower region of Stephen Page. He knows he likes to use that Rolling Thunder Stunner, and you can't run, you can't use your legs. Oh, but Denzel Dixon coming out the gate with a huge Hurricane Rana 1, and that's not going to get the job done here. I understand that Denzel Dixon is looking for a win, but when you rush the 1-2-3 count, that is not always the best idea when it comes to trying to win a match. You need to land a big move. You need to put the damage on your opponent, and I think he was going for what could have been that Seth Walker-like maneuver that Denzel Dixon likes to hit. And honestly, if he could have hit it, Rolling Thunder Stunner from Stephen Page. And we're going for the cover. He's getting down. 1, 2. Oh, and I really thought that was it, folks. Genuinely thought that could have been the end of the match. And Denzel Dixon is going to have to get this offense rolling. I said if he cannot get it rolling, it's going to spell doom real soon from this man. But he is finding his way to continuously fight back and find a way to get into this match. And that is the thing. That's the name of the game. Trying to find a way to maintain and survive. You don't always have to dominate. Sometimes you just have to hang in a little bit longer than your opponent, and you can just outlast your opponent for a victory. It's not always about doing the most damage, being super dominant. It's keys to victory, and Denzel has landed it. Going for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out at 2 from Steve Page, and these men are trading finisher after finisher, blow after blow, and this is what I love to see. Action-packed action, back and forth action, and this is what we came to see. We came to see competition, and competition is what I wanted to see. And Denzel has Stephen Page up, and I haven't seen Denzel pull this off in some time. Oh, wheelbarrow facebuster from the top rope. Cover him, Denzel. We have seen him win matches with this before in the beginning of the season. I have not seen that from Denzel. And Denzel is looking super strong and on a roll tonight. And this is what I wanted to see. Something different, something new from Denzel. I wanted to see fire from Dixon, and this is the fire that I wanted to see. He got it! Cover him. Here we go. 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out at 2 from Stephen Page. And that it has to be a wake-up call for Stephen Page. Get your head out your ass, stop showboating, and go out and get a win. What a huge spinning side slam from Page. And now these men are wrestling. They're throwing out huge maneuvers. Oh, we have seen this before. Brainbuster DDT. And we've seen that from Denzel Dixon. And I think he was mocking him as he didn't even go for the cover. He immediately pulled his head up and he immediately started talking trash to him. And that's what I was saying. Get your head out of your ass. Denzel Dixon is clearly fighting with edge. He's clearly fighting with passion and with fire, folks. And if Denzel Dixon finds a way to hit another big maneuver, and Stephen Page, as he hits a huge tope to the outside, gets caught with another big maneuver himself, folks. This might be the end of it. Oh, Stephen Page has him up, hits a huge swinging neck breaker onto the outside, and the damage that is doing is devastating. That could end not a career, but honestly this match. Stephen Page is going up top, elbow drop, and he might need to cover him because that could be it, folks. We've seen this before. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and what a win from Stephen Page, ladies and gentlemen. But please do not take away anything from Denzel Dixon. That maneuver on the outside could end the life. So to get hit with that than a top rope maneuver, I've seen better men get hit with less and go home, folks. That was dangerous. That was a match, folks. And that is only going to be the beginning of the action we're going to see tonight. And I cannot wait. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because up next we have a huge announcement from Huey O'Grady, folks. And I know you can't wait because I want to hear from you too. Ladies and gentlemen, the time is upon us. This man has captured the heart and the soul of the faithful. Some could even say he has been described as the heartbeat of the new generation. And he has basically turned his back and sold his soul to the very man that is trying to destroy this place by himself. And Huey O'Grady has turned his back on that locker room, has turned his back on Charlie Sigma, and has turned his back, most importantly, on each and every single one of these things. And the fact that he has no remorse for any of his actions on social media, the tweets, everything, the day-to-day, the airport interactions, Huey O'Grady has turned into a completely different person. Or some may say he has just shedded the skin and showed the true serpent that he actually is. So tonight, Huey O'Grady, as he lifts what seems to be a new set of tag team championships, has found the long-awaited goal he could not capture on his own. And I'm assuming this came with the perks of whatever deal he signed with Mason Brooks. So I know Huey can't wait to run his mouth. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna leave it at this and hand the mic over to this scumbag.
Now everybody stand on your feet for the road villain. You guys shocked? Is it really crazy to think that Huey O will be standing side by side with the Rogue General, the Shogun, and my tag team partner, the Wavy One? Have you all been so blind to see that everything missing in this company is that perfect puzzle piece in the mystery that is the Rogue Elite? The unbeatable Shogun Crazy is a force of brute strength that nobody in the locker room can take down. The Wavy One, Damian Walker, who is constantly showing each and every one of you dumbass people in the crowd that he deserves your attention week in and week out, but gets overlooked because a certain message couldn't keep his head in the fucking game. And the General himself, Mr. Can't Be Touched, Can't Be Beaten, hasn't been pinned to the mat in over a year, a pure legend, no pun intended, Mason Brooks. And now the charismatic, never quit, won't give up until he's half dead, flyest piece of shit in the room, the villain Huey O. Come on. But let's get down to the business. My brothers couldn't be here with me right now because they're preparing to fuck up some children who can't even get along for 5 minutes in the locker room, let alone between these ropes. But as you see, this championship I brought out with me, I'm officially announcing the return of the tag team division. And me and Walker are taking on any and all challenges for our championships. So if any of you pussies back there think you got enough stack to step up to the plate, take your best shot. We're right here. Whether it be that bootleg twin from the other place, the absolute zero who couldn't finish his fairy tale, the man with the bag who's too scared of me to show his fucking face around this company anymore, Tony Soprano, the fake ass king, or the man with a message who couldn't cut it with the Rogue Elite. Any and anybody can run up and get their goddamn teeth kicked in. Oh, before I go, there's been a lot of talk going on in the Twitter world and behind that announce table from this guy named Gregory Myers. Some fucking weirdo who nobody has ever heard of before he started mentioning my name, right? Makes sense. You obviously haven't been here long enough to know who I am. But I promise you that when I get my hands on you, that you will never fucking forget it. And for everybody in the crowd who has seen or forgotten who the fuck I am Huey motherfucking O, your rogue villain, one half of your tag team championship, and just know that I am that damn good.
And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. At the Royal Rumble, the Rogue Villain has made it official. There is an open challenge for the Tag Team Championships, ladies and gentlemen. And I think Huey might have bitten off more than he can chew here, folks. And ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the main event of the evening. It is a 6-man main event that features Austin Zero, Jordan Jacobs, and King Tony facing off the collective unit known as Rogue Elite, featuring the World Heavyweight Champion, the Global Champion, and the Tag Team Champion. And this tonight, I said earlier, can be a match that can main event any building across the globe. This is a main event that I have been waiting for, I've been losing sleep about, and I've been hearing all the fans ask me all across the world, who am I rooting for tonight? Who do I want to see? And folks, I want to see an absolute banger, ladies and gentlemen. And there he goes, King Tony, pissed off, ready to rock, because we all know one thing: the actions of Rogue Elite will not go unpunished, will not go ignored by King Tony. If you know King Tony wants to do anything, it should be short crazy. But if there is anything that King Tony loves just a little bit more than destroying Crazy and capturing that global championship, it is destroying anything that is attached to Mason Brooks. The history goes far, far back, farther back than I have enough time to explain in this short period of time. But these men are as close to mortal enemies as you can get, and any opportunity that King Tony gets to try to lay his hands and get even with the moment, you know King Tony is going to take it, and he is salivating at the thought of getting his hands on not just Brooks, Crazy, and all of Rogue Elite. But we have to obviously address the elephants inside of the room. And those elephants are obviously the alignment of Jordan Jacobs and Austin Zero. We already know the history between Jordan Jacobs and King Tony. We know prolific and we know the way it went down. And we know that there has never been closure, per se, between King Tony and Jordan Jacobs about the end of prolific. And tonight will be the first time that they share a ring since they've been in that stable. But then you have the wild card of this one, who doesn't know anybody on his team, no prior relationship outside of being competitive. And this Austin Zero is a lot different from the Austin Zero of the past, is a lot different from Six, all the things we've known him as. Austin Zero is a new man, but he is the odd man out in this situation. He is the third man on the team that could coexist if they can get past the differences. But you have to think about it, they have not spoke at all. The only interaction we saw was earlier tonight between Jordan Jacobs and Austin Zero. And that was clearly not the way Austin Zero had planned anything to go tonight. So Austin Zero has to have some type of anxiety, some type of nervousness going into this match because he's going in there trying to once again face a man he has never defeated alongside two men he doesn't even know. But we all know that sometimes oddities and an enemy of an enemy is definitely a friend. So let's see if tonight, despite all the tough words, despite all the tough talking and action, maybe these three men come together for one common goal, one common factor, and that is to take down Rogue Elite. It's not like Rogue Elite is impossible to take down. The last time these three men teamed up in a six-man tag, they lost. They were rolled up by Hunter and were defeated. So Rogue Elite is actually 0-1 in six-man tag team action. So if these men can just find a way to crack the same exact code that Hunter cracked just a few weeks ago when the last time we saw six-man tag, we can see a seismic shift and maybe a group-breaking rift come between Rogue Elite at the most crucial part of the Pure Wrestling Alliance season, in Slamfest season. But Jordan Jacobs, as you can see, since that match, since he's lost to Liam Mingle, has taken more of a darker tone. Doesn't really care more about the fans. I wouldn't say he's turned his back on the fans, but he is refocused, he is locked in, he is in tunnel vision. Mr. 305 is hell-bent on becoming Mr. World Heavyweight Champion. And there is only two more hurdles to jump to get to that point. There is only two more hurdles to get past to say that I am the man and that the Phoenix has risen to the highest altitude possible inside of this industry. But that's the Royal Rumble. That's then. There is, I wouldn't even describe it as a hurdle. There is an absolute wall block. There is a Chernobyl wall of sorts standing in front of them. And that right there is Rogue Elite as Damian Walker is sizing them up. And the World Heavyweight Champion has now made his way. You see there he goes, the Global Champion, Team Crazy, the Tag Team Champion in Damian Walker, and the World Heavyweight Champion, Mason Brooks, making their way to the ring as confident as we have ever seen them. We have never seen such swagger dripping from Rogue Elite. But tonight, this is going to be a main event. You can see Mason Brooks staring into the eyes of King Tony. You can see Damian Walker staring into the eyes of Austin Zero. And you see Crazy staring right into the eyes of Jordan Jacobs, the man that just pinned him just 3 months ago. There are so many vested interests, so many different storylines going into this match that we need to watch. This is a main event, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mayhem, and I cannot wait. The big fight feel in the Barclays Center is here. The Big Apple is jumping. New York is hot, and I don't think we have to wait any much more. King Tony and Mason Brooks are going to start this matchup, folks, and the champion is coming out immediately and gets right on top of King Tony and brings the fight to the problem. And you can tell that King Tony didn't really expect to not just see Mason Brooks, but to see Mason Brooks come out with such ferocity and such anger and aggression. He did say that he is here to prove a point. He is here to prove to every man, woman, and child that watches this program that Rogue Elite, despite what everyone says, is on a different level. Despite what the contrary belief is, that they are cracking from the inside out, that they are stronger than they have ever been. Despite not knowing where Liam Ingle is. Ladies and gentlemen, Liam Ingle is very much still a member of Rogue Elite, contrary to popular belief. So there's a lot of things going on, and King Tony has found his way out of the ring. He knew he was in trouble with the world champ, and he needs to live to fight another day. He needs to worry about his match at the Royal Rumble against Crazy. But now we are seeing, for the first time in a long time, Mason Brooks locking up with Jordan Jacobs. And if you know anything with the story between Mason Brooks and Jordan Jacobs, this is the mentor of Jordan Jacobs. Mason Brooks took Jordan Jacobs under his wing in NLW, an entirely different company, and has trained him up to be what he is today. And that is one of the brightest young stars in all of the Alliance. But now we are going to see the tag team expertise from the Rogue General, and the Shogun is on fire, and Rogue Elite is showing tag team prowess unlike anything we have ever seen. Please remember, Mason Brooks is a multi-time tag team champion with Charlie Sigma, Jackson, and most importantly, the man on the other side, his greatest tag team partner, some will say, King Tony, as they were the family. So I told you, so many different storylines are going into this match that you have to kind of keep your eye on. Now we are seeing Crazy all over Jordan Jacobs, and a huge body splash. And remember, just a few weeks ago, just a few episodes ago, Jordan Jacobs completed an absolute shocker, an absolute upset, and defeated the global champion in a champion versus champion contest. And I feel like ever since that day, the conversation with Jordan Jacobs not just being a world champion, but being the A champion has been in discussion. Only one man has pinned this man in the last 4 months, and that is Jordan Jacobs. So you got to think about it. Crazy has been the most dominant champion week in and week out. And that champion has just been put on his back by Austin Zero. And if Jordan Jacobs could pin this man, where does that leave Jordan Jacobs? But a huge Uranage from the global champion, and Austin Zero is in a world of trouble. And you know Austin Zero cannot be 100%. He has to be in a world of hurt. Because out of all the men that took such ferocity, such beatdown, last week Austin Zero was beaten within an inch of his career. Last week we easily could have seen it, and Tony remembers this, a boot of doom from Mason Brooks and Crazy. And you can see the face of King Tony as he saw that move happen. He saw the flashback. Rogue Elite is operating on a different level, and I don't understand why right now Austin Zero is not tagging out. And this is what I was talking about. The dissension, the lack of communication. But Austin Zero showing that he is on point. He has learned from their last encounter at Pandora's Box. These men are showing that they have learned from the last time. They have all faced Mason Brooks, and now they are working the world champion. The world champion might need a tag out, and I don't say that too often, but he may need a tag out because he is in danger. And a huge dragon suplex, snap dragon suplex from the world champion. Oh my God! But a running curb stop from Austin Zero, and Austin Zero is looking hot. He is looking like he is catching steam, and now everything is on his side. But just when we thought that, Mason Brooks has cut the tree down. Mason Brooks is trying to slow the match down, and successfully doing that as he has absolutely stifled all momentum that was had by Austin Zero. And now he's working on him, but Austin Zero trying to get out the way. But these men need to tag out. Both of these men are taking huge damage, and they're both about to go in there and defend a title and challenge for a title at the Royal Rumble. And I'm gonna be honest, anyone in this match should be loving this. There's the man on the apron right there named Jordan Jacobs. Let these two men go out there and wrestle this whole damn match. Let them beat the ever-living crap out of each other, because it only benefits you, and it only benefits your chances of walking out of Royal Rumble with the World Heavyweight title, as Mason Brooks lands a huge German suplex, nearly dropping Austin Zero on his neck, nearly ending the career of Austin Zero. And I know if Mason Brooks tonight can end the career of Austin Zero, he will not hesitate, because it will be one less body to drop at the Royal Rumble. And there he goes. Now he's getting aggressive. And Austin Zero needs to tag out, ladies and gentlemen. I have said this for the last 5 minutes. If he does not tag out, he is going to be in the most trouble I have ever seen him in. And if you get beat tonight by Mason Brooks, I really don't know what's next for Austin Zero. Oh, but the world champion going down and has knocked the entire team off the apron. And now he's feeling it, ladies and gentlemen. He's hot. Austin Zero is in a world of danger, and this could spell the end. He shoots him off into the corner, and now they're toying with him. Now they are taking apart Austin Zero. What is this? Hops over. Oh, what a combination from the wavy one and the moment. And folks, I'm telling you, you have not seen offense like that anywhere else. But that is exactly why Rogue Elite calls themselves Elite. It is not just a name. They are, in all intents and purposes, the most elite athletes in this industry, in this company. And when they are together, honestly, folks, they are unstoppable. Oh, Damian Walker has him up. Package pile driver from Damian Walker, absolutely dropping Austin Zero right on his neck. And I have never seen a man more desperate for a tag out than Austin Zero right about now. It is not about being a tough guy. It is not about anything else. You are going to cost your team this match later on if you do not tag out now. And that was the smartest thing to do. Find the tag, go to the veteran of the match. Go to King Tony, a man who is a multi-time tag team champion and has been in any possible match you can think of. Any man that could weather a storm right now, it's King Tony. If anyone can rally this match back to a level playing field, it is King Tony. Because he knows Mason Brooks, he knows Crazy, and he knows their weaknesses. And he has to relay that message. But Austin Zero has to be able to listen. And I don't think that's what's going on. You can see the frustration. You can see the reluctantness to tag out and tag in. Both of these men are basically fighting. And I don't think they'll win this match if they don't get on the same page. Because Rogue Elite just seems like a well-oiled machine. And Damian Walker and King Tony are trading counter for counter, blow for blow, but a huge running knee lift knocks the problem right onto his back. But the problem's not going to be stopped by any means necessary. And a German suplex of his own. You can see he's almost calling out Mason Brooks. You drop my boy, I'm dropping yours, as he throws Walker from pillar to post, and he is ragging his boy. This man is a little boy against King Tony. And he's proving it right now in front of everyone. But Damian Walker he's getting out of Dodge. And that is the chance. And ladies and gentlemen, the main event of Royal Rumble is going down right here, right now, in front of everyone. And now we have an exact preview. And there you go. Mason Brooks, smart. He knows where his teammate is at. He knows he is on his side of the ring. And he did everything in his power possible to go out there and find a better opportunity for Crazy, and got him in the best possible offensive position for the team. That is experience. That is what Mason Brooks brings to Rogue Elite. And this is why that even though he's not here every week, when he is here, he is successful because he is a student of the game. And he is passing that down to Huey O'Grady. He is passing that down to Damian Walker. And Crazy was already dominant. But Crazy, since joining Rogue Elite, has unlocked a different level, and we've seen it, the Boogie Oogie Bomb, going for the cover, 1, 2, oh, and that was almost it. And I'm telling you, a couple more of those, and this match is over. And a couple more of BAM from Tony, and I've seen this before, we saw this 2 weeks ago, 1, oh, not even a 1 count from the Shogun, showing no fear. Absolutely no selling anything that he's throwing his way, and King Tony's not having that with a huge punch to the gut. He says if you're going to kick out at 1, you're going to feel this kid with a huge gut punch dropping. And now Mason Brooks is trying to find his way, but he can't cross over to the other side because that is fair game for anyone on his side. And there he goes. He is taunting the world champion. Oh, but he took his eye off the ball. Too busy taunting Walker, too busy taunting Brooks, And Brooks is telling him, come on. He's on the outside, challenging him to a fight. Telling him, roll out that ring. Pick what you want to do. Do you want to fight Crazy in there, or do you want to fight Mason Brooks out here? This is in a compromising position for the #1 contender, and he has to get out of it. And now we're getting to the part of the match where he might have to tag out. Because if you do not tag out, you're going to get hurt. And this is not only by any other person on the roster. You are getting hurt by the man that you are going to stand across from the ring within your hometown of Chicago, Illinois, and challenge for a title that you claim is yours. But Crazy going up top. Could this be it? Boogie Oogie Bomb from the top rope. Going for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, folks. I thought that was it, ladies and gentlemen. That Boogie Oogie Bomb from the top rope. That right there. I've never seen that done before. And another Boogie Woogie Bomb. Crazy's on fire. 1, 2. And a kick out at 1. And this is what we're doing. And the crowd is hot. And Jordan Jacobs is on fire himself. And both of these men, they could be glowing at this point. What we're seeing is Ultra Instinct. And these men are just pulling shit out the bag that we have never, ever seen before. I told you about this main event. I warned you about this main event. I said this main event would be the Mayhem main event of the year. And this is only the second Mayhem of 2024. But I really doubt. I really, really doubt we're going to find a main event that has going to deliver the way this match has delivered right here, right now tonight. But Crazy going after him, going after Jordan Jacobs, and he's going to continuously just keep beating on him. And you're seeing Crazy's trying to get involved, and now it's working. The other side are finally working as a team. Prolific might be showing shades of the greatness that they could have achieved had they stood together. But Crazy, smart, getting out of the way of the other team, finding a way to isolate Jordan Jacobs back onto the Road Elite side, cut off the ring, cut it in half, isolate it, and abuse the opponent. That's what Crazy's doing. But Crazy might be in a jam, and he is finally in a jam, and this is the opportunity for Jordan Jacobs to take advantage. He's going for the roll-up. Super kick, dropping the Shogun, and now Jordan Jacobs is on fire. The Phoenix is fixing to rise, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't care who you are. The crowd, as you can see, is on their feet. They are feeling this right now, and this is the time. This is the exact thing I felt a few weeks ago when Jordan Jacobs defeated Crazy one-on-one. This is that same exact feeling, that feeling of the air getting tight and Crazy not knowing what to do. And I think that's showing right there. He tried to get out of dodge. Both men getting out of the way. And honestly, I think for Crazy, it was better to misfire right there than to have even connected. Both men got out of the way. Both men showing why they are top level talents on opposite ends. This is speed versus power. This is acrobatics versus strength. And he is unfazed by the punches to the back of the head coming from the other team. And Crazy with a stalling suplex. And you're showing the strength, the unadulterated strength from Crazy. And Jordan Jacobs, as all the blood rushes to the back of the skull of the Phoenix, and he needs to get to the tag. He needs to get to that tag. But Jordan Jacobs is not going to stop fighting. He's going to find a way to make that tag. But this is the time. You have to get to him. No, Jordan Jacobs is not worried about tagging his opponent out. He's worried about angering Crazy, getting him off the ball, and positively putting damage on him with a Boogie Woogie Bomb has found him for his efforts. 1, 2, and folks, I don't know how much more Crazy can power bomb this team, but folks, any more of it and it might be the end. But Mason Brooks is back into the match, and now we have Zero and Brooks once again locking back up, but he is going after Jordan Jacobs. Mason Brooks did not care about Austin Zero, and Jordan Jacobs seems to have dropped off the apron, and I don't know why. But he got back on for a second. I thought he was going rogue, ladies and gentlemen, but now Austin Zero is in his second gear. He felt out Mason Brooks once in this match. Now that he's felt him out, he knows what to do. And these men are going to go back and forth now expect violence, expect true professional wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, because now you're about to see counter for counter, hold for hold, which man can outsmart the other, because we are in the latter stages of the match. Big matches are cool, big moves are cool, but those don't win matches. But Mason Brooks almost took his eye off the ball as he went to harbor something and started jaw-jacking with Jordan Jacobs in the corner. Oh, but there he goes. Now he's throwing. Kicks up. Oh, there we go. Fireman's carry. Attitude adjustment. And now he's not letting him go. He's feeling himself. Oh, my. What is Brooks doing? Oh! Oh, my God. Forearms to the back of the head. And honestly, he could have knocked him clean unconscious, ladies and gentlemen, and I thought that was a face eraser. I thought that was a face eraser, and if it was, folks, if that face eraser would have connected, it would have been the absolute end of this match. I can guarantee you that, folks. Austin Zero is trying everything. Face eraser from the champ. Oh, down goes Brooks. I mean, Brooks taking down the king, going for the cover. 1, 2, 3, and a kick out. And I'm not necessarily sure why Jordan Jacobs didn't come in to try to save his tag team partner from getting pinned in what could have been the very end of that match. And that's what I'm saying, but he's reaching out for the tag now. I don't know how genuine it is, but Mason Brooks he's telling Jordan Jacobs, look, this is going to be you. And again, forearms to the back of the neck. And you know that this is going to leave Austin Zero possibly unconscious. He's in a world of trouble. And I don't know what he's doing. Snap! Dragon. I think he might be out, ladies and gentlemen. I think Austin Zero is absolutely fighting on pure adrenaline. Another one. Head. Back to the mat. Over and over and over again. And I'm really starting to question if Austin Zero is even conscious right about now, ladies and gentlemen. He is just getting thrown on his head. He's fighting. He's fighting back. But he might be in autopilot mode. He might not know where he's at. This could be pure instinct, folks. But they're going at it. Oh, wait, what is this? What is this? Oh, kick. Oh, there we go. And that's what I'm talking about. We wanted to see Austin Zero get involved in the team dynamic. Now that there is a team dynamic in this match, ladies and gentlemen, now we could be seeing Rogue Elite in a whole lot of trouble. And Austin Zero has clearly gotten to the mind. Oh, and a huge code of silence from King Tony, mocking Mason Brooks, mocking Rogue Elite, mocking Huey O'Grady, dropping the leader of the Rogue Elite. And we've seen this before. Oh, there is some big trouble for the... the moment and the problem, one-on-one. This is a rematch of Slamfest 2019. And he is locking in, folks. And now these men are trading blows. And I think Mason Brooks may need to tag out. He is a tough guy. He is... what is this? Brooks is just bouncing the head of King Tony on the mat over and over and over again. He is stomping him out. And that's the thing. I know Mason Brooks thinks he could take on the world, but he is still a human. And he is still going to defend his title in 3 weeks. And I don't think battling King Tony... Oh, he didn't give a crap, though. He popped right back up from the German suplex. And this man is not human. He is fighting off an entire team, basically by himself. Walker is clamoring for the tag. Crazy is clamoring for the tag. And both men are back and forth, trading strikes and blows, and another German suplex from the problem. And now he's feeling it. And now he might be trying to put away Mason Brooks. Can he capture his moment? Can he do the one thing he has never done? And that is pin Mason Brooks to the mat for a 1, 2, 3. Oh, but I think this could be it. But I know Mason Brooks is fighting with every fiber of his being. You know, if there is one thing Mason Brooks does not want, is to ever get pinned by King Tony. And now, but I think he was going to try to do the same thing with those forearms and a spear. But that might be it. Can the dream come true? 1, 2, and a kick out at 1. And I don't know why the ref was not counting. He didn't count to 2. And this is the funny business that I'm talking about with Rogue Elite. Every time they're around, something is up. there is some type of weird shenanigans, there's something going on. Oh, but King Tony, not going to be mocked, not going to be taunted. He gets right back up, and there he goes. Oh, Mason Brooks is trying to get going. T-bone suplex. And Damian Walker might be the key to this match. He might be the one to take this match home. Crazy has fought the latter part of this match. Brooks has not only started this match, and has now been in his latter part of the match. And now they are just teeing away on the world champion. They are teeing away on Mason Brooks in a way we have never seen anybody do before. 0 hour. He got it. 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out at 2. And I understand Rogue Elite coming in. They have taken a lot of damage. But now Rogue Elite needs to find a way to get Mason Brooks out of this match. Because this is dangerous. He is in a world of trouble, and he still has to find a way to get out of here in one piece to defend the world title. And now the one man that he needs to get out of there with, Austin Zero, is going to ensure that he does as much bodily damage as humanly possible to make his job easier in a few weeks, to make Jordan Jacobs' jobs easier in a few weeks, and potentially give us a brand new world champion. And he's feeling it, and he's going to put away the champ for the last time. Oh, we've seen this royal flush. Going for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, folks. And that was almost 3. Remember, that is the same exact maneuver that won him the world title at Pandora's Box, retained the world title at Pandora's Box. And Austin Zero honestly took his eye off the ball. That is always the problem with Austin Zero. He has a tendency of taking his eye off the ball. And this might be a German suplex. Throwing Zero, and Zero needs to find a tag ASAP. Jordan Jacobs has been reaching out. King Tony has been reaching out. Oh, we got to cover. Roll up. Brooks is trying to steal it. We got to cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait. Wait. He rolled him up. Rogue Elite has stole the win from under Austin Zero. What? I am flabbergasted. I am stunned. But I said that you had to limit the damage. But the damage is done. And Rogue Elite has won. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a wild few weeks. I'll see you next week.